The lights go down. The crowd, tens of thousands in the stadium, millions more watching online, falls into a momentary silence. And then it happens. The music starts. 7 figures step onto the stage. But within seconds, something shifts. The cameras move, the cheers grow louder, and one name begins to echo louder than the rest: Jungkook. As BTS launches its massive 82-show world tour in 2026, a question is quietly but rapidly taking over global conversations. Is Jungkook becoming the most highlighted member of BTS? It's not an official title. It's not something the group has ever publicly defined. But based on what fans are seeing, hearing, and feeling, it might already be happening. The scale of BTS's current world tour is unlike anything the group has done before. Spanning over 80 concerts across continents, the tour is not just a return, it is a statement that BTS is back. Not just as performers, but as global icons reclaiming their position at the top of the music industry. After years of military service and individual projects, expectations couldn't be higher. Every performance is being analyzed, every moment is being captured, and every member is under the spotlight. But even within that shared spotlight, patterns are beginning to emerge. From the very first shows of the tour, fans noticed something. Jungkook wasn't just performing, he was commanding attention. Whether it was during the opening number, the emotional mid-set ballads, or the explosive final stages, Jungkook consistently found himself at the center of key moments. High notes, chorus transitions, closing shots. His presence wasn't just visible, it was dominant. Clips of his performances began circulating online almost immediately. Within hours, they were trending. Within days, they were defining the conversation. Fans began asking the same question: is this intentional, or is it something else? Longtime fans have a name for this phenomenon: the center gravity effect. It's the idea that no matter how balanced a performance is, attention naturally gravitates toward a specific member. And in BTS's case, that gravity often pulls toward Jungkook. This isn't new, but in 2026, it feels different, stronger, more noticeable, amplified by larger stages, higher production value, and a global audience watching in real time. Even when all 7 members share the stage, there are moments, brief but powerful, where Jungkook becomes the focal point, and those moments are increasing. Part of the reason may lie in how much Jungkook has changed. This is no longer the teenage performer who debuted over a decade ago. This is an artist who has experienced global success, personal growth, and the pressures of standing at the top. His movements are sharper, his expressions more controlled, his vocals more refined. There is a sense of confidence, quiet but undeniable. Fans are noticing it, critics are noticing it, and perhaps most importantly, the camera is noticing it. Jungkook's position as BTS's main vocalist naturally places him in key parts of every performance. Choruses, climaxes, and emotional peaks often rely on his voice. This alone gives him a level of visibility that is difficult to ignore. But during this tour, it feels like more than just a role. It feels like a presence that extends beyond vocals, into performance, into storytelling, into impact. If there's one place where the shift becomes undeniable, it's online. Every concert generates thousands, sometimes millions of posts, fan cams, reaction videos, performance breakdowns, and within that flood of content, Jungkook consistently dominates engagement. His clips receive the most views, his moments get replayed the most, his name trends the fastest. This isn't speculation, it's data. And the data is shaping the narrative. Despite all the attention, one thing remains clear. BTS has always been about 7. Each member brings something unique, each member has moments to shine, and the group's strength lies in that balance. So the idea of one member being more highlighted is not without controversy. Some fans embrace it, others push back. They argue that focusing too much on one member risks overlooking the group's unity, and they may have a point. So where does that leave the question? Is Jungkook the most highlighted member of BTS's 82-show world tour? The answer isn't simple, because highlighted means different things to different people. Is it screen time? Is it vocal distribution? Is it fan attention? Or is it something less measurable, something emotional?
As the tour continues, one thing is certain. This conversation is not going away. If anything, it's growing. With each performance, each viral clip, each trending moment, the discussion becomes louder, more intense, more divided. And at the center of it all, Jungkook. The tour is still in its early stages. There are dozens of shows left, dozens of moments yet to unfold, dozens of opportunities for every member to redefine the narrative. Will Jungkook continue to dominate the spotlight, or will the balance shift as the tour evolves? For now, no one knows, but one thing is clear: the world is watching very closely. As BTS continues its massive 82-show world tour, the conversation surrounding Jungkook is no longer just a passing observation. It has evolved into a full-scale global discussion. And at the heart of it lies something deeper than performance alone: perception. In today's digital era, attention is no longer abstract. It can be tracked, measured, and analyzed in real time. Across platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and X, performance clips from the tour are being uploaded within minutes of each show ending. And within this massive stream of content, a pattern continues to emerge. Jungkook's clips consistently outperform others. Higher views, more shares, stronger engagement. Fan-recorded videos focusing on his parts often reach viral status faster, sometimes within hours. Search trends spike immediately after his key moments on stage, especially during high notes or emotionally intense sections. For many observers, this isn't just coincidence, it's a signal. As these patterns become more visible, a new narrative has started to take shape within fan communities: the idea of Jungkook as the main character of the tour. This doesn't mean the other members are less important. Rather, it reflects how audiences are experiencing the performances. In storytelling terms, every narrative tends to gravitate toward a focal point. And during this tour, many fans feel that Jungkook naturally occupies that position. Whether it's due to his vocal role, stage positioning, or overall presence, the effect is undeniable. He becomes the moment people remember. However, not everyone agrees with this perspective. Within the global ARMY community, reactions are mixed. Some fans celebrate Jungkook Spotlight, viewing it as a reflection of his hard work, growth, and undeniable talent. Others express concern. They worry that emphasizing one member too heavily could overshadow the group's unity, the very foundation of BTS's success. Discussions online have become increasingly intense. Debates about line distribution, screen time, and stage focus are appearing more frequently. For some, it's an exciting evolution. For others, it's a sensitive topic. Another factor influencing this perception is the scale and design of the tour itself. Modern stadium concerts rely heavily on camera direction, LED screens, and live broadcasting. This means that what audiences see is not just the performance, it's also how the performance is presented. Camera angles often highlight key vocal moments, close-ups capture emotional expressions, wide shots emphasize choreography. In many cases, these choices naturally align with Jungkook's parts in the performance, not because of favoritism, but because his role often coincides with the most climactic sections of a song. Still, the effect remains the same: more visibility, more impact, more attention. Another important piece of the puzzle lies in what happened before this tour. During BTS's hiatus, Each member explored individual projects, but Jungkook's solo success reached a particularly wide global audience. His music introduced him to listeners who may not have previously followed BTS closely. As a result, he enters this tour not only as a group member, but as a recognized global artist in his own right. This changes how audiences perceive him. For newer fans, he may be their primary connection to BTS. For longtime fans, he represents both nostalgia and growth. And for the industry, he represents market power. Beyond the fandom, industry professionals are also paying attention. Producers, promoters, and media analysts are closely observing audience reactions throughout the tour. And Jungkook's name continues to appear in these discussions, not just as a performer, but as a key figure in BTS's current and future success. In a global industry driven by numbers and influence, this kind of attention carries significant weight. It shapes opportunities, it influences collaborations, and it can redefine an artist's position within a group. Despite all the analysis, all the data, and all the speculation, one truth remains unchanged. BTS is still a group built on balance, chemistry, and shared identity. Each member brings something irreplaceable. Each performance is the result of collective effort. And while individual moments may stand out, they exist within a larger whole. This is what makes the discussion so complex, because it's not about choosing one member over another. It's about understanding how attention flows within a group dynamic. So the question continues to evolve. Not just, is Jungkook the most highlighted member, but why does it feel that way? Is it his role, his growth, his global appeal? Or is it something less tangible, something emotional that audiences simply respond to? As the tour moves forward, one thing becomes increasingly clear. This is not just a series of concerts. It is a defining moment for BTS, for their fans, and for Jungkook. Because the spotlight, in this case, is not just about visibility. It's about evolution. It's about how an artist grows within a group, how a group evolves without losing its identity, and how millions of people around the world interpret what they see on stage. Will Jungkook ultimately be remembered as the most highlighted member of this tour? The answer may depend on who you ask, but one thing is certain: he is at the center of the conversation. And as long as the lights stay on, the music keeps playing, and the world keeps watching, that conversation isn't going anywhere.